1, 1, 2, 3, and 3 minus 1 are on the circle C. Find the equation C. So just the situation which is described here is a circle, and you know, say, 1, 1 is a point on it, 2, 3 is a point on it, and 3 minus 1 is a point on it. Okay, you have 3 points on the circle, but you're not told that they're the end points of a diameter or anything like that. They're just 3 points dotted around the circle. You can't use them to get the radius. You can't use them to get the center. They are just 3 points on the circle. All right. If I can't get the center and the radius, then I'm into using the GFC equation to get the equation of the circle. All right, so what I am going to do is I'm going to sub each of these points into my G, F, and C equation, and then I'll be able to solve it from there. But let's just sub them in first. So my first point is 1, 1. And let's just sub that in. So the 1, 1, that's the X and the Y. Okay, so points on the circle get subbed in for X and Y. So X squared plus Y squared is going to be 1 squared plus 1 squared plus 2GX. So that's plus 2G times 1 plus 2FY. So plus 2F times 1 plus C, I don't know, is equal to 0. So let's just multiply this out. 1 squared is 1 plus 2g times 1 is 2g, 2f times 1 is 2f, plus c is equal to 0. So I've got an equation here with 3 unknowns, g, f, and c, and that's what I need to do here. I need to solve for g, f, and c. To solve for 3 unknowns, I need 3 equations. So I'm going to sub 2, 3 into that. I'm going to sub 3 minus 1 into that. That will give me my 3 equations. And then it'll be back to the simultaneous equations with 3 unknowns that you've done before to solve for G, F, and C. Once you have G, F, and C, you can get the actual equation of the circle. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to move the numbers over to the right-hand side just to kind of give it in that form that I normally use for simultaneous equations. So I've got 2g plus 2f plus c. I've got 1 plus 1 is 2. Bring it over to the right-hand side and it becomes minus 2. And there's my first equation. I'm going to sub 2, 3 in again to the g, f, and c. So it is x squared plus y squared. So that is 2 squared plus 3 squared plus 2g times x is 2. Plus 2f, y is 3, plus c equals 0. So let's just multiply this out. 2 squared is 4, plus 3 squared is 9, plus 2g times 2 is 4g, 2f times 3 is 6f, plus c equals 0. Again, let's just write it in this form. So my second equation then is 4g plus 6f plus c equals 4 plus 9 is 13. Bring it over and it becomes minus 13. And there's my second equation. All right, 3 unknowns, so need a third equation. So I'm going to sub 3 minus 1 in. So it's again 3 in for x and minus 1 in for y. So 3 squared plus minus 1 squared plus 2g times 3 plus 2f times minus 1 plus c equals 0. 3 squared is 9, minus 1 squared is plus 1, so that's plus 1. 2g times 3 is 6g, 2f times minus 1 is minus 2f, plus c equals 0. So third equation then is 6g minus 2f plus c. 9 plus 1 is 10. Bring it over and it becomes minus 10. So there's my three equations. 2g plus 2f plus c equals minus 2, 4g plus 6f plus c equals minus 13, and 6g minus 2f plus c equals minus 10. So I'm going to solve those. You might be tempted to get rid of the f's maybe, because you've got 2f here and minus 2f here. And if you multiply this one by 3 and this, you'd get rid of the f's here. But I think I'm going to get rid of the c's, because that's often when you're given these three pieces of information, the c's are often the easiest ones to get rid of, because you've just got plus c, and plus c. So just take two of them at a time, change the signs in one of them. That's going to get rid of your c's. So I'm going to look at equation 1 and equation 2. And what I'm going to do is change the sign in this first one. All right, so I'm going to multiply the first equation by minus 1, just to change all the signs. So my 2g is going to become minus 2g. My 2f is going to become minus 2f. My c is going to become minus c. And my minus 2 is going to become plus 2. My second equation then is 4g plus 6f plus c equals minus 13, plus c and minus c, so they're going to cancel each other out. C minus c is 0. 4g minus 2g is 2g. 6f minus 2f is 4f. 2 minus 13 is minus 11. And there's equation 4. Okay, so numbering the equations like this is going to make these easier to correct. What I will look at then is equation 2 and equation 3, and this time I'll multiply equation 2 by minus 1. So I'll fit it over here. So equation 2, and I'm just going to multiply that by minus 1 on the way in. So it's going to become minus 4g minus 6f minus c equals plus 13. And then I'll pick equation 3 as well. So 6g minus 2f plus c equals minus 10. 6g minus 4g is 2g. Minus 6f minus 2f is minus 8f. c minus c is 0. That's why we're doing this. 13 minus 10 is 3. There's another equation. So now I've got two equations which just have g and f in them, so I'm able to just solve using the kind of simultaneous equations I'm more used to doing from junior cert. So what I will do is I'm going to put equation 5 under this one, but I'm going to multiply it by minus 1 just to give me minus 2g. So I've got 2g here, I want minus 2g here. So I'm going to multiply the fifth, or number 5, by minus 1 just to change the signs. So 2g by minus 1 is minus 2g. Minus 8f by minus 1 is plus 8f. 3 by minus 1 is minus 3. 2g minus 2g is 0. 4f plus 8f is 12f is equal to minus 11 minus 3 is minus 14. So f is equal to minus 14 over 12. So f is equal to, just simplifying that, would be minus 7 over 6. So it might end up being an awkward enough one with fractions, but there's f. Now to solve for g, you either pick equation 4 or equation 5 and you sub in for f. So I'll just pick equation 4. So 2g plus 4 times, I know f now is minus 7 over 6, is equal to minus 11. So 2g 4 times minus 7 over 6. If you're not too sure what multiplying the fractions out, just do it in the calculator. It's going to give you minus 14 over 3 equals minus 11. So 2g is equal to minus 11 plus 14 over 3. So just moving it over. So minus 11 plus 14 over 3 is minus 19 over 3. All right. So, yeah, so 2g is equal to minus 19 over 3. So then g, divide both sides by 2. So divide this by 2, and I get minus 19 over 6. So the fractions are maybe making it a little bit awkward, but the steps will be the same regardless of whether there's fractions there or not. So there's my f, there's my g. To get my c then, pick either equation 1, 2 or 3 and sub f and g into it. So if I just pick equation 1, 2g is now 2 times minus 19 over 6, plus 2f is 2 times minus 7 over 6, plus c is equal to minus 2. So 2 times minus 19 over 6 is going to be minus 19 over 3, plus 2 times minus 7 over 6 is going to be minus 7 over 3, plus c equals minus 2. So now c is equal to the minus 2 plus 19 over 3, bringing it over, plus 7 over 3, bringing it over. So minus 2 plus 19 over 3 plus 7 over 3, minus 2 plus 19 over 3 plus 7 over 3 is 6 2/3, which is 20 over 3. So c is equal to 20 over 3. All right, just be careful here. You're not quite finished because they want the equation of c. So they want you just to sub f, g and c into this formula here. So equation then is going to be x squared plus y squared plus 2g is minus 19 over 6, x plus 2, f is minus 7 over 6, y plus c is 20 over 3 equals 0. So just going to tidy this up a little bit, just get rid of fractions, but there is your equation. It's going to get you the vast majority of the marks. X squared plus y squared. 2 times this is going to give me minus 19 over 3 x. 2 times this is going to give me minus 7 over 3 y. Again, if you're not too comfortable multiplying the fractions out like that, just do it in the calculator. Plus 20 over 3 equals 0. And then I'm just going to get rid of the fractions that are there. I'm just going to write it all as whole numbers. So I'm going to multiply everything by 3 just to get rid of the fractions in the question. So you're going to get 3x squared plus 3y squared minus 19x minus 7y plus 20 equals 0. And there's your final answer. There's your equation. Okay, so an awkward enough one because of the fractions that we got in the answer, but just return to, I suppose, the principle of this is if we're asked for the equation of a circle and we cannot get the center and the radius, that's pushing us to use this g, f and c equation to get it. Okay, so what you will need to do is get 3 equations with g, f and c in them, solve them using the method that we've learned before, then sub g, f and c back into the equation to get the formula or the equation of your circle. We can be given the kind of information in a couple of different ways. I'll do a couple more examples. This is one of them where it gives you 3 points on the circle, but not like, diameter or anything like that that lets you get the center or the radius.